Hey guys, Josie here with Emotional Wisdom, and today I want to discuss about when becoming aware of an issue that you've been doing, or a habit you've been operating under, or a belief you've been honoring that was actually dysfunctional, and you becoming aware of it, then in turn implementing a new belief, a new habit, a new action is actually not enough. Yes, that is not enough for you to permanently heal or change a habit that you've been honoring for many, many, many years. So it's important that you know this, that you become aware that it is not enough. Yes, it creates a shift in the energy, but it's not enough. You will find yourself reverting back, going back to the old pattern that is not really creating beneficial end results, okay? And I know it's happened to me, and I know it's happened to many of my clients where they've said, okay, Josie, I became aware of the issue that I'm doing, and I'm implementing a new belief, and I'm implementing a new action, and I actually believe it, but I'm still doing it. I still somehow, revert back to that person that I really don't want to be. Here's the deal. You need to get to the root of it. You need to go back to when the trauma happened. You need to go back to it, where you somehow created the belief that doing what you're doing, the old pattern, the dysfunctional one, is keeping you safe. What do I mean by that? Let's say someone lies, and for them, it's almost like a habit, white lies. Now, we're talking about simple white lies, right? And then they come to the awareness that lying doesn't really make them feel good. In fact, they realize that it's now affecting them because what they're then in turn attracting, their outer reality, is mirroring back more lies or deception where they don't feel like they can trust. So they then in turn learn that, whoa, because I'm lying, I'm now attracting circumstances where I don't feel safe. I don't feel like I can trust people. I'm seeing that they're lying to me. So then you realize that, oh, my actions are creating this. And then you choose to implement another action to try to be honest. But somehow you revert back to lying. And then you then say and provide the excuse because it's easier. Well, just to let you know, you are lying or creating these white lies because when you were little, somewhere along the line, you really believed that it was safer to lie. You literally experienced your world caving in, and if you don't lie, then you're going to die. So what happens there is at that moment that you got traumatized, where you felt like you have to lie or else the world's ending, for lack of better words, that's the moment that you got traumatized. That's the moment where a part of you got fractured inside, where it still remains in your system. It actually registered in your emotional body. So from there, you're actually, today, in real time, you're governing, you're moving forward from that space of belief, that trauma that continues to drive the wheel of your life. And you don't even know this. You think that it's, I can get rid of it, It's as easy as just doing the opposite. But somehow you keep on going back to the old behavior, back to the old behavior. Well, because you haven't addressed the root. So going back to the root, that trauma that happened when you were 3 is literally still steering the wheel, and it's only gaining more momentum as time passes and you don't address it. So now that's why you're attracting things that are no longer comfortable anymore, and they are a reflection of your habit of lying. So the goal here is to go back to the root, as I said. And the way that you do that, I'm going to give you quick pointers. You sit with yourself and say, okay, I noticed that I lie and I judge myself, but I still continue to do it, and I feel embarrassed, but I still do. Or you're that person that doesn't want to even admit it, because that in and of itself is just, they feel like that's worse, so they rather just be in the illusion that they're not lying. Point here is, admit already, become aware that lying is clearly not benefiting you because of what's reflecting back to you tangibly, right? You're noticing that you don't feel safe and people are not being honest around you. So therefore, first thing is, man, I'm attracting this because I'm doing it. Secondly, you need to say, where did this begin? From a non-judgmental standpoint, you really have to try to just be neutral, as if you're an outsider looking in. Where did this begin? Then you talk to that part of you that lies, because we are all emotions. We are the sadness, we are the depression, as equally as we are the happy. We are joyous, we are excited, we are enthusiastic, we are all of those emotions. So what you need to do is you need to zero in on that aspect of you that is a liar and say, talk to me, literally, as if it's a separate entity, but part of the collective, part of your whole being. So what you do, going back to, the questions that you ask the aspect of you that's a liar, is that you are going to ask it, where did it begin? Where did we begin? What happened? So then you become that liar. You choose to accept it, and you then feel the sensation of how it feels when you kind of lie. Then you ask it to help you remember when was the last time that you lied, which whatever that may be, and then take it back to the second to the last time you lied, the third time to the last time that you lied, and then you take it all the way back to when you were a child. If you can remember, amazing. Many of you guys are not. That's another video that I'm going to explain as to why you won't remember a lot about your past, okay? But if you can't remember, a quick pointer is just tell that part of you that it's okay now, to help you remember when it began. Eventually you'll remember, okay? Because you're really giving yourself permission to remember. But anyway, so let's say you already remember, oh, it happened, this happened. When you sit with that part of you and you remember the situation of when you were forced to lie, or else everything was going to fall apart, or you didn't lie. Something happened to you that mom asked you something or dad asked you something and you said the truth, and there was a huge consequence that came over you because you only said the truth. And because you then were so hurt and distraught about, wow, this was the outcome by me saying the truth, you then immediately there made a contract or believed or said, I won't say the truth anymore. It's a liability. So therefore, lying was your coping mechanism to survive. So what happens is that then we carry this over, and then we're getting older, and then that's why it's so easy to do white lies. So easy to do white lies because that's keeps us safe. And we don't really know that. What's sad is that we don't know that we only judge ourselves, we only feel guilty, we condemn ourselves, we don't admit it to other people, but we are living in that shame and that war within ourselves, when it could simply be addressed from the root, so you could authentically heal and it be sustainable. I speak from experience. I have clients that actually have done it, and it works. With all the love and full acceptance, Josie.